Hello everyone, you're welcome back to this channel. In today's video I'll be sharing with you how you can easily make this collar shirt. So if this interests you, let's go on. Thank you. So I'll be working with the front piece first. So as you can see it there, so it's on fold already. So I'm going to measure what I have as a length. I'm using the length of 20 inches right here plus 1 inch for the hem allowance. Okay, so I'm trying to mark it on both sides, after which I connect the lines together. Okay, so next is to go to the upper part. I'm going to mark 1.5 inch on both sides, like you can see me doing on the screen. After marking this, the next thing is to go ahead and connect these lines together. Now this 1.5 inches is serving two purposes, serving for the shoulder slope and as well as the neckline depth. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do right now is to go ahead and mark half of the shoulder length of this project, and half of it is 7.5. that is, the full length is 15 inches. So after this, I'm going to transfer exactly what I have there to the down part there. Okay, so I go ahead and mark the neckline width of 2.5 inch. I'm actually making for a teenager, but if you're making for an adult, you use like 3 inches. Okay, so right now we are going to go, I'm trying to connect that line. Then after this, from the neckline width, I connect down to the shoulder line, which gives me the shoulder slope. Okay, as you can see right there. So after this, I go ahead and mark the armhole length. I'll be working with 5.75 inch because I said it's a teenager. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do right now is to go ahead and mark the 1/4 of the bust circumference plus 1 inch seam allowance. You could use 1.5 inch seam allowance. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do right now is to connect from that point down to the shoulder slope. So here I'm creating a curve around the armhole. Okay, so after this, what I'm doing right here is to determine the waist point. So having marked the waist point, the next thing is to mark 1/4 of the waist plus 1 inch seam allowance. Okay, so after this, the next thing is to go to the hemline. I transfer exactly what I have on the bust line on the hemline, so I can now connect. So I want to believe that you are enjoying this tutorial. Please kindly give it a thumbs up, and if you are yet to subscribe this channel, kindly do that now. Click on the subscribe button below and you hit on the notification bell so that you can have new updates of my videos. Thank you very much. So after this, I go up here by 2 inch. This is for shaping. Okay, and it's very important just to make the shirt very beautiful. So the next thing right now, I'm done with everything here, is to go ahead and mark, tracing the line which I've marked on the fabric. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do right now is to open this up. Okay, because it's a shirt and it's going to have a button. It's going to have button, so that's the essence of opening this front piece to give me 2 pieces. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do right now is to work on the back piece. This is the fabric for the back piece. Okay, so the next thing, as you can see me doing, I've folded it already. So the next thing is to place the front panel on this fabric, after which I trace the line and cut exactly what I have there. Now before I do that, I'm trying to make sure that I place it in a way that the front piece is like 0.5 inch outward of this fabric. Okay, so right now I can now go ahead and mark exactly what I have on the front piece. Okay, So the next thing I'm going to do right now is to mark the half of the shoulder, is to mark the armhole length, and that is what I'm doing right here. After this, the next thing is to create a curve around the armhole side line. So after creating this curve, the next thing is to move to the side seam. I'm going to just mark exactly what I have on the front panel. Okay, then I go downward like this. Okay, so I mark it downward and to the hemline as well. So the next thing I'm going to do right now is to go ahead and cut exactly on tracing the line which I've marked on the fabric. Okay, so what I'm doing right here is to make sure that I have the exact measurement which I have on the front piece. Okay, so the next thing I continue cutting. Now I'm done cutting, as you can see right here. The next thing I'm going to open it for you to see. So this is what I have here. So the next thing I'm going to do right now is to work on the facing. I have two pieces for the facing. Okay, and this facing is going to be attached to the back piece. So I'm going to go ahead and measure what I have. I have the width to be 15 inches, while the length 6 inches. So the next thing I'm going to do right now is to go ahead and fold these pieces equally. So I'm going to fold it like this. Okay, so after folding it into two equal half, so I'm going to mark 1.5 inch on both sides, like you can see me doing on the screen. So I'm going to connect these lines together. After connection, the next thing is to mark the neckline width of 2.5 inches. Then I shape it down to the depth. Then I connect from that neckline width to the shoulder line. So this is what I have. So I just simply go ahead and cut. So this is what I have. This is my facing. Now the next thing I'm going to do right now is to work on the sleeves. Actually, I will be using the short sleeve. So I have the width to be 15 inches, while the length 8 inches. Okay, so I fold it into two equal half, as you can see me doing right here. So the next thing I'm going to mark, the first thing I'm going to do right here is to go ahead and mark the cap height. So I will be using the cap height of 3 inches. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and mark, like I said, 3 inches for the cap height. After this, then I mark like 2 inches right here. Then I create a shape around this armhole, around this sleeve. That is going to be for my armhole. So I'm going to go in here by 1 inch. Okay, so this is going to be for the sleeve mouth. Okay, so I'm connecting right away. So the next thing I'm going to do is to cut. I want to believe that you are gaining in this tutorial. I want to believe that you have found this tutorial helpful, despite we have not concluded. So we are still progressing. Okay, just take your time and watch. So I'm going to spread it out for you to see. Here is the sleeve. Now I'm going to lay it right side to right side, or you lay it wrong side to right side, wrong side, whichever pleases you. So as you can see right here, I've decided to lay it wrong side to wrong side. Then I fold it again into two equal half. Then after that, I'm going to take just 2 pieces out of that and reshape. Okay, so I'm going to go in and reshape, like I said. So the one I'll reshape now is going to serve for the front armhole line. Okay, and that is what I'm doing right here. So you come in like by 0.75 inch or 1 inch inwards. Can you see the difference? So right now I'm going to spread it out. This is for front and for back. So I'm done cutting, so I'm trying to spread it out for you to see. Okay, this is the front piece, 2 pieces. Then this one is for the back piece. Okay, now after the back piece, I'm going to bring out the facing right now. So now here is the facing, 2 pieces. After the facing is to go ahead and bring display the sleeve. This is the sleeve. Okay, then and of course this is the button seat. Okay, so I'm done cutting. So the next thing is to move on to the second phase, which is stitching. So the next thing I'm going to do right here is to stitch the button seat fabric to the center front of the front piece. So I stitch from the bottom to the upper part, or you can take it from either of the side. So right now this is what I have. Okay, so I'm going to lay it properly. So I'm going to fold towards the button seat fabric, like you can see me doing. I'm folding it towards, after which I close it up. Okay, with 0.5 inch. Can you see? So this is what I have. So, and this is how you are going to fold it carefully, so that you don't see any excess outside. Then I sew. So I will also do likewise to the second piece. Then I go ahead right now. After this, then I sew from the upper part to the down part. So after this is what I have. Can you see how neat and beautiful it looks? So the next thing I'm going to do right now is to work on the back piece. So I'm going to lay the facing like this. Then I place the back piece on it, right side to right side, as you can see me doing on the screen. So after this, I'm going to lay the second piece of the facing on the wrong side of the back piece. So, and this is what I am doing. Can you see? So after this, then I sew like this. So can you see how it looks? So the next thing right now is to top stitch right here, so that I will have that flat look. So can you see how it looks? Looks flat and very neat. So the next thing I'm going to do right now is to place the front piece or panel on the shoulder line of the back piece. Can you see? So this is very technical. Just watch me the way I'm doing it right here. Very technical. So can you see? Then you sew. It's very easy, but you just have to take your time and watch carefully. So this is what I achieved after having done with that. Can you see how neat both inside and outside? Can you see how neat it looks? So the next thing I'm going to do right now is to work on the sleeve. You could either work on the collar first or on the sleeve, but I chose to work on the sleeve first. Okay, so whichever pleases you. So the next thing I'm going to do, like I said I'm going to work on the sleeve first, the armhole first. So that means I'm attaching the sleeve to the armhole line. So the next thing I'm going to do, first thing I'm going to do right here is to determine the center point of this armhole. So after this is going to serve as a guideline for me by the time I fix my sleeve on it. So I have my sleeve right here, as you can see me holding it. So I'm going to mark the center point of the down part of this sleeve. Then whichever design you choose to place on it, then you can go ahead. But for me, this is what I chose. So I'm going to place it on the wrong side of this sleeve. Can you see? At the center point. So right now I have this facing to be 2.5 inch for the mouth sleeve, and I place it as well. Then I sew. Now after sewing, this is what I have. So I'm going to turn it to the right side of the fabric. So I'm folding with 0.5 inch. Then I push the other one inward so that I will have a very nice, look by the time I'm done stitching. So I stitch. So I also do it to the second piece, as you can see. So this is what I have. Can you see how neat it looks? So I'm going to remove the excess which I have on the side. So I'm done with that of the sleeve. So I'm going to go ahead and attach it to the armhole of this fabric of this shirt. So I attach it like that, and I also do likewise to the second side, the second armhole line. So this is what I have. Can you see? Perfect. So the next thing I'm going to do right now is to go ahead and make the inside neat. I'm going to close up the inside with like 0.5 inch. Okay, so after this I go to the collar. You can see it's unfolded. I've folded it into two, then I measure. So whatever you have, that is what exactly I'm going to cut using on the interface. I'll be using interface first to cut it out, after which I place it on the fabric. So I've already cut this. So if you are interested in cutting a perfect collar, you just check my videos. You see how to cut your collar in a very perfect and easy way. Okay, so right now I've placed it on the fabric, then I iron so that it will still. So here is it. Can you see? So the next thing I'm going to do is to place it on the fabric. Okay, the second fabric, then I sew. So you can see that the fabric is two pieces. So after this, the next thing I'm going to do is to remove the excess on the sides and on the upper part, as you can see me doing. So the next thing I'm going to do right now is to go ahead and notch the sides. Notch the sides very well so that by the time I turn inside out, it won't give me any stress. It will bring it out perfectly. Okay, so right now I will also notch that corner, that pointed side. Then I can now bring it out easily. So in bringing it out easily, the pointed points, I'm going to use a blunt object to shoot it out. Okay, so I'm doing this carefully. Okay, so after this, I'm going to go ahead and top stitch from the side down to the other side. So the next thing is to work on the collar stand. I've done exactly the way I did the collar itself. I lay it on another fabric, then I iron it. After that, I mark the center point right there. Then I lay it. I also mark the center point of the collar itself. Then I'm going to place the collar on center point to center point. Then I'm going to go ahead and sew. So I'm placing with 0.5 inch at that edge. Can you see what I've done right there? Very, very important. Please take note. So the next thing I'm going to do is to turn inside out. Can you see, using a blunt object, not too sharp. Then the next thing is to top stitch like this. So this is what I have. I can now go ahead and fix my collar on the collar on the neckline. So if you're new on this channel, please kindly click on the subscribe button below, and you also hit on the notification bell. Okay, thank you very much. And if you have any question regarding this tutorial, please feel free to drop your question in the comment section. Okay, thank you. So I'm trying to push the excess inward and then all other thing to give me that very neat look. So can you see what I have? Very beautiful, very neat. Can you see our collar is ready? So the next thing I'm going to do right now is to stitch the sides together, the seam on sides together. So having done with that, our collar, our collar shirt is ready. So I went ahead and fixed my button, and I also create the button hole. Thank you very much. I want to believe that you have found this tutorial very helpful. If you have, please kindly subscribe if you are yet to do so, and you can also share this video out to your loved ones. Thank you very much. So till I come your way again, keep on watching our video, keep on liking our video, and keep on sharing our video. So till I come your way again, bye for now. Thank you very much.